So day one of World Championship racing in the picturesque city of Lausanne on the banks of Lake Geneva. And an early start for the junior women, who were first off at 8 o'clock local time in what was a busy first day of racing. Well, it's a big field for the junior women's race, but we had a full start in the swim. We thought initially it was Gabriela Ribeiro that was nearest to the camera. She was expected to do well in this race, but when they finally got the athletes' attention, they managed to get them back to the pontoon. And they would have to make a second start. Everybody back to positions, and they got away cleanly at the second time of asking. Just one lap of 750 metres. The junior race is over the sprint distance. The crystal clear waters of Lake Geneva. And the early morning sunshine providing a wonderful backdrop. And they came out the water fairly close together. There wasn't too much in terms of gaps, and we would see a big group head towards T1. Karolina Horváth from Hungary was one of those among the leaders, one of the lowest ranked athletes in the field at number 70. Jin from China had to serve out a penalty. She may well have been involved in that full start. So out onto 4 laps on the bike. Jessica Fulliger and Barbara de Koning for the Netherlands were soon out in front, but they were joined by a big group as the other athletes all joined up with 1 lap to go. The incline that they had to go up over 750 metres was a real tester, but there was an even bigger test for 2 athletes who were involved in a heavy crash. Alevtina Stetsenko and Josefina Flores-Clamo played no further part in the race after a heavy collision. And yet Weber gave her all on the climb to try and give herself a little bit of an advantage racing in front of a home crowd. But there was no discernible advantage as they came back into T2 to head out on the 2-lap run. Bailey Brown from Hong Kong, who was wearing number 2 in the race, was nicely placed going into the run stage. But again, they would have that hill to contend with a couple of times. Not quite the distance they had on the bike, but still a real tester for the legs. Soon Fulliger was joined by 2 Italians, Beatrice Mallozzi, Costanza Arpanelli, and also Hannah Knighton, the New Zealander, wearing number 1. But Knighton was soon dropped, and it was left for these 3 to contend the podium positions. The Italians working very well. Fulliger giving her all, getting some acid back into the legs going down the hill, but soon it was the 2 Italians that crossed the line first. Mallozzi and Arpanelli embracing at the finish. They built up a good lead by the time Fulliger crossed the line, and she had to be content with bronze.
I did a good start run, and then in the second lap I did some problems with the stomach, but I tried to straighten my teeth and go to the finish, and I win, and I'm very happy.
Mallozzi.